welcome to another episode of Real Talk All Sport. Nathan Blake, it's been a while.
Yeah, well, it's been a long while. We've had some big events happening while there's a little, how is the wife?
Yeah, she's good. It's good. It's actually, it's nice to just like not think about a wedding.
Does it sound funny though when I say to you like, how's the wife?
Yeah, it's still
rather than how's Maura.
I know. I still need to change her name on my phone from her surname to actually my one now.
Okay. So did she double barrel or she?
No,
that's the thing these days, isn't it?
Yeah, I think a lot of people
hold their maiden name and then.
Nah, she joined our family, and thing is, our surnames are so Matheson, and then hers was Southam. That's a lot of THs and S's in one name.
Southam
Matheson.
That sounds really posh, man. Sounds like son of
We're
Dallas.
going up. We would have been going up if we double barreled.
Yeah.
No, it's been really
That's
good.
aristocrat kind of double barrel name.
I'm going places, Nick. I'm going places.
I bet more her.
How have you been? And how's everything?
Yeah, good. Lots going on. Obviously, doing the other podcast with Roberto.
Yes, I got to sit in on that, and that was very cool.
USW, so that's more Welsh football. But I suppose like anyone who follows us on this podcast is wondering, we've disappeared. It's not we disappeared. It's just like, well, the wedding was kind of like a major thing that we had to get over, right? So, and on top of that, there's all the stuff afterwards, honeymoons and stuff like that. So that's an explanation of why. And
been a lot of settling into as well.
New house.
I know.
Wife moved into the city, and you know what I mean, from England into Wales.
And it takes a long time to indoctrinate someone from being English to Welsh.
Yeah.
As well, it takes because they are quite hardy.
I mean, there's a podcast right there.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm doing my best to indoctrinate her into being
the difference
Welsh
between
person.
England and Wales, moving from Gloucestershire to Wales, which is just up the road, really.
Yeah, it's not far.
Bristol and Gloucester, it's all up the road. So that'd be a great podcast.
Yeah. And it's good that it's taken a long time, but she's come into the Wales North Macedonia game with me.
Okay, she's coming to football, is she?
She is. Well, the thing is, I really wanted to bring her to Wales games because there's as biased as you can be, there's nothing quite like seeing Wales play.
Yeah.
However, the first time I took her to a Welsh sporting game, I was like, right, Maura, let's go see the Six Nations. Well, a few years ago, I was like, I'll book against Italy because Wales won't lose against Italy.
And they lost.
And we lost. And she was like, I thought Wales are good. It's just, we're just in this spell. It's taken 2 years for me to be like, right, North Macedonia, Wales should win.
Yeah.
Would you like to come? And she was like, yeah. And then
you should have brought on a 10-game streak. Like we just see. I told you we don't lose.
I know. I wish, but and she was like, yeah, fine, I'll go. And then the guy who I go with, Tom, is bringing his partner. Yeah. And I was like, Fion's coming. She was, I'll definitely come then. I was like, no, that you should want to come with me as well, not just because Fion's going.
Yeah, not for the wine at half time.
Yeah, but no, it's been really good.
So you're enjoying married life? Yeah?
I did. Yeah, like the wedding was unbelievable.
Yeah, it was a great night, to be fair. It was a great day.
It was just fun. Like the wedding was good, but I always said, as much as I was excited for the wedding, I'm excited for the marriage. Like that's fun because you just get to be with the person all the time. Yeah. Like you've got someone who is your partner in crime.
Yeah.
Very similar to you, very different to you. Yeah. Like it's a big learning curve.
Yeah.
Like
youngsters.
I know, yeah. I think there's an element of like, especially when it comes to things that annoy each other, you go like, you do life differently. But before any situation of like, they do this differently to me, you got to think, I do so many things differently to them. Like I do so many things differently to the way she would do things.
The idea is, what does your head in? They say men bottle up that's just bottle it.
Yeah.
And then maybe subtly at some point explain, like leaving your clothes here or leaving your shoes there or You know what I mean?
Flicking your socks off at the end of the night.
Yeah.
And then leaving them there. I'm a culprit.
I mean, little things like wiping the table down, but catching the bits, don't wipe them onto the floor. Like, do you know what I mean? These are things domesticated. I was brought up like with my brothers and my mum, so we had to be domesticated. So there's little things like that. Like, don't leave your clothes as you undress and walk across the bedroom or to the shower. You're leaving your, So good job no one's trying to find you, because it'd be pretty easy, right? You just follow the clothes trail.
That's what she literally mentioned it the other day, because so I've been on a stint of earlies. So my alarm clock goes for 2:00 in the morning. I then go and do half my shift, come home, go straight to bed. And she came back being like, I knew exactly the trail you did from like where you just in the bedroom where you took socks off, trousers, like clothes, pajamas on, straight in. So I could tell by almost the crime scene routine
That's it,
that you left. Yeah. And I was because I was on a
silent witness.
I was on just shy of a month. I was just kind of in a routine of like, right, I need to get to sleep. Yeah. But it's been really...
Yeah, these are the lives and loves of married life, my friend.
Yeah. But it has been fun. Also, what's been on in life as well is, so I've been back in playing football, as you know, like the knee's good.
Yeah, very good.
So I play in the United Churches League, which is something you didn't know about.
No, I never heard of the United Churches League. I knew you played, but I didn't realise it was part of... I just thought it was part of like the leagues of Cardiff, like Gwent League or something.
Yeah, so it's beauties of it. It's on a Saturday morning, kick off at 10:30.
Oh, that's good. So you can get to the game around 3:00.
Well, so you can get 3:00 game. And I find like quite a lot of Sunday league games, like 1 p.m. Then you go back to clubhouses and then you spend time with people. And then actually that's quite a lot of your
Sunday dinner gone.
Whereas I get back for lunchtime after my game. So I've been doing that. I've played 3 games so far. Haven't conceded 1 goal yet.
Why? Because you're playing.
Quite possibly. I'm a shutdown.
Okay, let me ask the question. Did you start in all 3 games? I
started one of the 3.
Okay, but you're claiming all 3.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
So
we'll keep that between us two.
I started 1 came on at left back, did pretty well. Started another game at right back and lasted, I want to say 65 minutes before I flagged to the manager. I was like, my calves have gone.
Okay.
And this is one thing I wanted to ask you, is when you've played and say you're coming back from an injury and naturally you can't do 90 minutes, what is it usually that goes first for you? What was it? Would it be, for me, it's always my calves.
If it's your calves, I got a solution for you. I just designed these socks, those Vipers. The Vipers, I'll give you a pair.
Thank you very much. I would like that.
I'll give you a pair. That's the whole idea of them.
Nothing goes other than my calves.
Yeah.
And I can show you, I haven't exactly got like Jack Grealish's.
Yeah.
But they're so...
Yeah, but it's so I think most players coming back off injury, especially long-term injury, that's what they suffer with, is calf. And I always used to put it down to the reason why I created the Viper socks is because even something as tight or non-tight as a sock can restrict your blood.
Yeah.
And if you're even restricting your blood flow by minuscules, but you're at maximum tempo and output, at some point that collective is going to build to
because I felt it literally
to a cramping.
Yeah, well, even
lack of oxygen in the blood, oxygen flowing around your calf areas. So sorry, my point is always I created the decompression sock because I don't know how we're going on this.
I know. I wasn't going on.
No.
I'm going to segue this to an advert.
No. I don't even know. We just said about the church leagues this morning, right? Because I didn't realize.
Yeah.
But the idea is the calf is like the heart, like anything. It needs to expand and contract. but it needs to be able to expand. Like socks I wore. I mean, I remember Wolves. We wore Admiral kit. Oh my days! It was like, it was the socks used to wash them. They used to go hard.
Yeah, like almost like crispy.
Yeah, so we used to have to we'd have to cut the top of them to try and splay them at the back to give you relief. So that's why I created the sock, a decompression sock, rather than what's on the market now is a compression sock.
Yeah.
And I played with players, Craig Short, who's at Blackburn, great player, Shorty, big centre half. And I remember he used to wear compression sleeve socks because he used to struggle with his calves. But I used to say to him, it doesn't make sense, Shorty. Like your calf is, it's like wrapping your heart in something then. And like, it needs to expand and contract. That's all part of it. So go with it rather than try and compact in it.
Yeah. Because is that something that would it always be your calves?
No, late on in my career, when I started getting past 32, 33, it was very much like get the 75, 80 minutes. But then what I did was change things in my diet. Yeah, you need a lot of quinine in your diet. So I started drinking tonic water.
Okay.
Yeah, which helps. Yeah, right. So, but tonic water or no cramp, which would you take?
I'll deal with the cramp. I'll be there running around 90 minutes with a face screwed up.
I'll tell you, I said, don't complain. If you run past me and start going, Nate, fast, stretch, I'll just say, no, quinine, tonic water. Yeah, serve you. So, no. So, tonic water and get that quinine in your bloodstream, and that helps with the cramp. But then, like I say, the socks would restrict as well. So, but led to an idea.
Yeah, it's cool. It is cool.
But I'll give you some. Yeah,
I'd love to give it a go. And with the United Churches League, there's something that's going on, which I think is the first of its kind. So the United Churches League is, I think it's been going on since about the 80s. My father played for a team called the Cardiff Covenanters. And he just got...
Don't say that too quick.
I know. And my dad will happily say he's a rugby guy, not a football guy.
He's not a rugby guy. He's got brains.
But he used to come on to just run and mark people. That was his...
Okay, so he's like job. A destroyer. Was he?
I think he was just like a nuisance as well. But so he played in the league.
The ferret.
You just keep going. And so it's been going on for that time. But someone... as of this year, for the first time, and I don't know if this has been done in any other league, has created fantasy football, but for the United Churches League. So like Premier League, Fantasy Football League, someone has gone through every single team, gone through every single player, given them a value, and the whole league at this moment in time is playing fantasy football within essentially an amateur league in the UK.
That's pretty special. So what's your value?
Are you in it? I thought there's no way I'm in it because I haven't played in this league properly for about for approximately 5 years. Yeah. I had the ACL injury, and when I've come on, it's been for a run around.
Okay, so let's have a look.
I had a look at the defense. So you pick your defenders. So I went to my team, looked at defenders, had a look. I'm not on the defenders list.
Okay. So you're on the midfielders?
I have somehow made it onto the list of midfielders.
Okay.
For the league. Not only that,
and you're not you're a defender, not a midfielder. Or do you think it's because you can play several positions?
So I would
badly.
I would say I am an out and out defender.
Okay.
I will play anywhere on the back line. I'm not particularly attacking. I'm a shutdown defender who will. Okay. I love going for races.
Okay.
I am on the midfielder list. Not only that, I'm somehow valued at 5.6 million. Making it out of the team here, I am
5.6 million.
I'm at least
that's in Jamaican dollars, though, don't you?
I'm like not last.
Okay.
Which I'm like chuffed with
Okay.
5.6. I'll absolutely take 5.6 million. And so far this season, I've got 9 points.
Okay. So what's your what's like the highest value player in your team?
The highest value player on the team though is another midfielder called James, who I think he only played 2 games last season. He's worth 12 million.
What's James' second name?
James Prosser.
Prosser. Come on, son.
There's also
Give him a shout out.
James Prosser is worth 12 million, but an absolute shout out on here is Rob Kizik. So Rob is a guy in our team who's in his 40s. Unbelievable player.
Position? Centre mid?
He's centre mid on here, but he usually plays either centre back or striker. And he's got 28 points.
Okay.
And he's only worth, which actually, if you look at it in football terms, a 28-year-old and a guy in his 40s. I'm worth 5.6 mil. He's 5.8 mil.
Well, to be honest with you, with the fantasy football, I don't know how they work out who's worth what. And do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, it'll be off some sort of stats. And I think if you're a defender who scores more, you'll be worth a lot, which annoys me a little bit. And I think they have changed it because it's hard to get credit for good defending. And because sometimes getting a yellow card for professional foul is a good thing. But if you get a yellow card, that drops you down.
Yeah.
But I'm chuffed. I can't believe I've got that.
Never thought I'd be talking about the Welsh Churches League.
It's a fantastic league. Yeah. Honestly, I genuinely think I'd say it's a step above the Sunday league, only not because the quality is necessarily better, because it's on a Saturday morning. People haven't necessarily drunk on a...
So question,
yeah.
Do you get the fighting and the aggression and the...
The first punch I ever saw got thrown was in the Churches League.
So you get the same as like normal legs?
I would say it's...
Because it's dedicated. Like I watch like even kids football is frightening.
Yeah.
Parents, man, little shout out to you. What you been drinking? What you been taking? Like the aggression of parents in kids football. And then I remember a couple of years ago, I stopped and watched a game in Newport. Bloody hell. I just thought, wow.
Yeah.
I couldn't be a referee.
Yeah.
Linesman is one team's coach runs one line. The opposing team's coach runs the other line, and you both give everything for your team.
Yeah, we in our league.
It's what's the point in turning up and playing, fellas, if you can't play fair?
Yeah. In our league, there's no lines. There's no lines, people.
Yeah,
there's just no point.
Well, and then offsides. I was watching the game. There was blatant offsides, because it was for us. I won't give it. Right? Yeah. And why? Oh, you didn't give the one down there, and I just think to myself I would just literally kick my boots off and walk off.
Yeah.
If you can't play a proper fair game of football, and I understand there's a lot of aggression in it, but my days, aggression. The referee was there was pitchforks and all that. And the ref was easy, Tigers.
Yeah. I think with the Church League is a little bit different in terms of, I don't think it's as, I think in the Sunday League, it's a little, I think it's as feisty in terms of physical, but I don't think it has those, I don't want to generalize, but sometimes you get dirty players. We don't necessarily have that. And
you're dirty.
I've only ever had one yellow card, and that shouldn't have been. It was only my first offence, and that was about 10 years ago.
Yeah, I bet.
I remember it clearly.
Check those stats.
But yeah, I think also we don't necessarily have as big a crowds because people aren't up about at that time in the morning. So you don't have that bombardment on referees.
Yeah.
Which you get which is not, if your mates come in.
And listen, I don't love referees, but even I was I just walk off.
Why would you do it?
I just say, why? Yeah. You can't pay me enough to take that kind of stick.
Yeah.
And boys, we're talking about a game of football.
Yeah.
Right? A game of football. I've seen it. I mean, the team my lad used to play for when he was a kid. I mean, I've seen it where once a father, and I'll never forget, a father and a grandfather, we played away from home somewhere, and there was a father and his dad stood behind our goal, and our goalkeeper sat down on the floor, and we were all the dads were halfway. Like, I'm all thinking, what's he doing? What's he doing? So the coach went on and then waved like the dad on. And then the dad was going to beat up the father and the grandfather because the little kid says, like under 10s, probably 9, 8, 9. The little kid says, oh, they've been like calling me names. The dad and a grandfather, like a 50-year-old man and a 70-year-old man calling like an 8-year-old names, put him off his game.
It's
like
bonkers.
It's like I've seen some mad stuff.
And it's one thing. So I really like, you've met my dad and you spent time with dad, and he is like, he's genuinely a really good guy. And he still plays football.
And you can have a lot of banter with him. He's a good laugh as well. He's lively.
The best thing, one of the best things he ever did growing up was when I played. So I played from 7 years old to still playing now. He'd come and watch every single game, but he never said a word on the side of the pitch unless it was just a well done, Dad.
Yeah.
Like, and he wouldn't even do that too much, to be honest.
Yeah.
But because he never said a word, I'm so grateful that he wasn't his parent. And I look back on it, and him not saying anything almost speaks more than a parent who absolutely goes for it.
Yeah.
And he could say stuff like, he's a chatty guy who knows his sport and likes his sport.
Yeah.
But the fact he didn't say anything, I'm so grateful. And I think that made me a better player.
Yeah.
I didn't ever have any pressure or like
said you was a
worry.
good player, Dav? Who said you were a good player?
He said a couple of times.
Yeah. So let's crack on then. Let's you got the church leagues, what have you?
Yeah.
What do we? It feels strange because we're in another different venue.
I know. We can. Do you know what? That's maybe a USP of us making podcasts. If you want a podcast made by us, we can do remote podcasts anywhere. For you.
Yeah. We got several. We got the Nest. We got the Kitchenette.
Yeah, we got the Teddies.
We got the Teddy Rileys.
Yeah.
What else have we used?
We've used my place as well.
Your place,
We can use the new place sometimes as well.
Yeah.
So we can do a pod anywhere. Which may even see you on the road at some point.
Yeah.
So I know obviously we did pod with Robert's a lot of Wales, but I want to take it a little bit of a different angle.
Okay,
if that's okay.
Let's do this.
Because it was fun seeing you guys do what you do. So we recently played Belgium 4-2. 2 handballs, 2 penalties. Seeing that, I just want to know, we don't even need to talk about the Jordan James one because that was a penalty. Do you think the Ampadu one was a penalty?
No, I said it on the other podcast.
Yeah.
No.
So you don't think...
No, and I think there was similar. There was a similar... there's been a similar over this weekend. Was it the Liverpool game? Anyway... There's handball, but the player isn't looking at the ball, and the commentator says, "Oh, it's never handball. You can't give it that." I would say that for the Ethan Ampadu, because he's not actually looking at he's looking to defend the player. You need your arms for balance, and as the players kick the ball, he's looking to see where the ball's gone, and as he goes, it smacks his hand. So his head is. Like, these are all telltale signs, whether you've done it accidentally, purposely, or whatever. Yeah. There's got to be an intention to stop the ball. I think now what I would do is I would probably, it sounds horrible, but if I was playing against you, and I would like try and get you to flinch. Yeah. And then I'd play the ball against you.
That's what I was thinking, because when you grew up playing football, and this is the brilliant thing about Real Talk All Sport, it is a podcast that is the perspective of a footballer and a fan. So growing up, playing it in your Sunday league, you'll go up against, if you're defending against an attacker, they'll go like, don't commit. You'll be told, don't commit, stay there, watch the ball. And then if you're there and you're jockeying with them, and they just go, just flick it up into your arm, and they can call it. They kind of have a right to, and that's as a defender, that's a horrible thought. And I hate the idea of having to put your hands behind your back. I hate it. I never do that. I never will.
Well, that's how stupid. That's how stupid it's gone. That people who make the rules, who don't necessarily play the game, I've got people now who play the game running with their hands behind their back.
Yeah, I hate it.
And it's become a thing.
Yeah.
Like Rob Phillips was saying to me, Ben Davis defends with his hands behind his back.
Yeah. He does.
Yeah, but it's stupid, right? Why should he have to defend with his hands behind his back? The part of your body. We talk about natural and unnatural positions. It's unnatural for you to run out to someone with your hands behind your back, right? They go, was his hand in a natural position? Well, it's connected to your body.
Yeah.
It's not what I call an unnatural position is Jordan James.
Yeah.
Right?
He just, in the moment, hasn't thought about it.
It's in the moment. He's so engaged in the game. He's just, what it does is show ultimate, absolute commitment to stop that ball.
Yeah.
But you think, I'll stop with anything, but for that split second, you just think, no, what have I just done?
Yeah.
Right? We've all done it.
Yeah.
We've all done it, all been there. But the Ampadu one, I go, no, I can't agree with people who say, they go, well, in this day and age, it's a pen. I say, well, great, this day and age is a pen, but it doesn't mean it's a pen, does it? If you break it down, the idea of handball is you've got to have done it intentionally.
Yeah.
Right? And it's like, then I flip it and go, well, what they say is if the ball hits your hand from an attacking perspective and you score, it's a disallowed goal. So you could, defender, head the ball, I could be a yard away, it could smack the back of my hand, I volley it in the net, and you'd say, oh, it's not a goal because it's an unfair advantage. I say, but I didn't intentionally stop that ball with my hand. It's literally hit me. I'm not Mr. Mika. It's not rent the goals. I can't get the old and disappear before your time, mate. Before your time. You look online and say, rent the goals. Who's Mr. Mika? Right? So it can't disappear. Yeah. So, I always say the VAR should be, and this is not me trying to get players in the VAR box. It's just, I think that's the perspective that should make the decision. Because you know 9 times out of 10, we go, he's gone in with his studs up there, but he's got no intention of hurting the player. He's just gone for the ball. There's an intent. You can tell there's a maliciousness, not just in your eyes, in your face, but in your body language as you go into a tackle. You know if someone's going to do someone. And usually the big tell is they get up and pretend like they're innocent, or they get up and their head is hanging and they walk away. And they accept being shoved by the opponent. Because they're I could be walking here. Yeah. So I can't afford to react.
Trying to avoid the public shaming. Yeah.
Yeah.
And with Wales as well, there's a question that I want to ask you, because my favourite player in a Welsh top for a long, long time has been Nico Williams.
Okay, yeah, you do like Nico.
I love it. I think
because you're a defender. Yeah, I get it.
Exactly.
I get it.
And I always, it's just a thing. If I've got a shirt, like a name on the back, I'm afraid to say it would have never been Blake, because I'm sorry to say it would have never been Blake, because I would always go for defender and I wouldn't go for
I played in defence.
Yeah, but I wouldn't go for the like usual like strike. Like I wouldn't go for the usual numbers, or the one that generates like the more of the sales. Yeah. So I'm sorry to say that you wouldn't have been on. I'm
not offended. At all.
You probably wouldn't have wanted me having yours anyway. You would be like, this guy actually cramps.
He can't defend. Have you seen him play?
This guy's bad for my franchise, my name.
It's going to be bad for business.
I think he's really good. But the question is, what is his best position? And if you were the manager, where would you play him? Because I watch it and you look
for
at
Wales
him,
or for Forest?
I think for Wales, because from what I've seen, he's obviously a stunningly good player. He's very good attacking. He's good at defending. But there's him playing. I find that him playing right back is a totally different kind of player to when he plays left back. And granted, we don't necessarily have that quality in the left back area unless you're moving Ben Davies from centre back to left back. I quite like Ben Davies at centre back. Then where do you play Nico? Because I think it's such a complicated.
Do you think you lose forward prowess when he's at left back?
I think the opposite. I think when he plays left back, he almost plays more attention
less defender.
Yeah, because he has that. I think he did a lot when he was at when we were at 5, and he played as a more left wing back, but he seems to attack more left. He's more unpredictable in the way he turns. He can go inside. He can take it round you.
Yeah.
And he can also cut inside. So I think attacking wise, he's more threatening. He scored more goals from that position of he can cut inside and wrap it round because he's got a really good foot. Whereas right back, it almost feels a little bit more conventional right back, a little bit less freeing. If that makes sense.
It's a harder angle to shoot from a right back position.
Yeah.
If you think about it, because even the wingers ahead of you, 9 times out of 10, or the wide forward of a 3, right? And he is rolling the ball back to you 9 times out of 10. 9 times out of 10, your either first pass is square, second pass is into the midfielder who's advanced, or third pass is into the striker, or fourth is come out and completely go back across the back 4. So you never really, unless you're in with the last line of defense, which he won't be very often. Do you understand what I mean? So when he's attacking, there's always a midfield in front of him and a defense of the opponent, plus his own midfield players and his own strike force. So when you get forward, think he would be receiving the ball more times outside the 18-yard box, in that box where it's rolled back to him to cross or the pass inside, than he will be in the 18-yard box. But even if he's in the 18-yard box, he's on the angle, but you're so deep, beating the keeper near post from 16, 17 yards is difficult. But you have to have a sweet strike to get it across the keeper and beat him in the far corner every time. It's easy to come inside from the left because then it opens up both angles of the goal. So you can whip it near post or bend it far post. But when you're on the right-hand side, your stronger side, really and truly, it only gives you the across the keeper. Hence why we say shoot across the keeper so he parries it and then the striker knocks it in. So and they always say keepers shouldn't get beat at the near post. Yeah,
exactly.
Right?
So,
you know, it is a thing. So it's harder, I would say it's harder to score from the right-hand side. So that would probably make sense where you see him on the left-hand side coming in and shooting more and looking more dangerous from an attacking perspective. But from a defensive perspective, he looks better right back. You would agree with that, though, right?
I think so. Because I think when he's playing left back,
but that's a good point. That's a good. I never really looked at it like that.
And he's a bit more limsy when he's playing left back because you have to make that turn, wrap his right foot around to get that tackle in. But where would you play him then if you've got your back four for Wales? Because Nico has, for me,
I would have played. See, I wouldn't have minded seeing Mepham in there.
Okay.
Yeah, and I would have pushed Ben the left back.
Okay. And then Nico on the right.
Yeah.
Okay. Just to give that more structure
because I think Mepham's having a good season as well, or had a good season, and he's done really well for Wales whenever he's played. I don't think. I mean, people might say, "Oh, this time or that time," but generally, he does well for Wales. And I think him and Rodon are actually they're a good balance. They're a nice balance. You've got one who's really, really aggressive, and Mepham's less aggressive, a bit more thought. And then you got the beautiful balance of Davis on the left and that experience, being able to talk across the line, and then Nico Williams on the right. I think that's a really solid back four.
Okay.
With Darlow in goal. I think that's a back five that, now that would be my immediate, I then build from there then. Yeah. Got my holding midfield in Ampadu. Who do I put alongside him? And then fill the spaces, just depending on what shape I'm playing.
Nice. And now on to the Premier League. So
we don't.
A lot's been going on recently with the Prem, which in the last few days, manager talk. So we won't go into too much because there's nothing to talk to it on. But Graham Potter's gone to Sweden, which is that's unbelievable.
Never really. It's strange though, isn't it? How the wheels come off so quickly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, for someone who, like at Brighton, it was almost, he
Genius.
almost got to the point where he walked out of Brighton saying, like, after what I've done for you, like, how, you're questioning me.
Yeah.
That was the sort of, I remember watching him once and he was shaking his head because they'd drawn another game. And he was almost like, well, they're not scoring goals. And he was like shaking his head. And when he left, I know a few people thought, ooh, they'll struggle. But actually what you've seen is them go on to score more goals. Like, what was the guy before?
Sanchez.
No, the manager, the short guy.
Before Graham Potter?
No, after Graham Potter.
That was... Sure, it was Sanchez. Who's gone to
Deserby, was it?
Oh, Deserby, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Who's gone to Marseille?
Yeah. But he then got them scoring a lot more goals, right? And they've they built upon Potter's era and those who've gone before Potter, but they built upon and become a very sound defensively, but then a bigger threat than they were under Potter. So Potter then leaving, going to Chelsea. Listen, do you know what I don't think? I don't think people understand just how big a character you got to be to survive in football. And you can't survive in football. Well, you can survive a long time being a yes man, but you won't lead anybody. And you can't then go on to lead. It's really difficult. I'm not saying he's a yes man. What I'm saying is, yes men don't end up being sort of leaders of your sort of team. And at some point, I think maybe what happened to Graham is when he was at Chelsea, he was almost too nice.
Yeah, he's a likable
kind of
character.
like a yes man. Do you know what I mean?
And Chelsea have always had quite bitey managers as well.
It's not just Chelsea. That's the name. It's the nature of the beast of football at the top. If we're in a world now where the manager cannot row or shout at the player, right, and basically kick someone up the backside, because I can tell you now, I played with characters that sometimes you'd go and pick a fight with an opponent player to get yourself going, right? Sometimes the manager would give you an absolute roasting to get you going. Now, I'm not saying that's right or wrong. What I'm saying is the human hasn't changed to the point where, I know how to get you riled. I know how to get you in gear. I know how to engage your brain into this fight we're having at the moment, because at the moment you're not with it.
Yeah.
Now, if I can't use what every manager, every player, every fan talks about, aggression, to get you aggressive, to get you going, to go out there, then there's a problem. And I always thought that Potter was just too explanatory, too nice, too many excuses. Sometimes, and you don't say they, the players, you say my players, we weren't good enough. Or we are going to have some serious freaking talk tomorrow. You don't have to come out and F and Jeff and tell everyone. Yeah. But you let people know there's a serious side to you that, don't cross then. Don't pee me off, because I will. This dog does have teeth then.
Do you reckon then as fans we haven't seen that there's a side of Thomas Frank we haven't seen then?
Oh, I reckon he can lose his shit. Yeah, honestly, anyone who chews gum like that can lose his shit. Please, Thomas, I've said it before, close your mouth when you chew.
Yeah, I guess so. And then one manager who is kind of like biting that and a bit like has an element of scariness. Ange Postecoglou. After 39 games.
My boy Darren Campbell would say, you're hurting. Hurting. Listen, the Premier League's off for Postecoglou. I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, I think the reputation developed in other leagues.
Yeah.
They don't call the Premier League the best league in the world for no reason. Right? It's fast, it's furious, it's highly, highly skilled. You see all the great things you see in any other league, but at the tempo, which is...
And do you think his philosophy doesn't work in that
I don't
sense?
think.
Or
I don't think. Listen,
even if it's only 39 games,
I think
not 39 games, 39 days.
Yeah, I think like if you play a certain way, and you've seen it with Ruben Amorim, right? You play a certain way, and then you get to the point where you've got the players, but then the system still doesn't suit the players, right?
Yeah.
Now I say players should be able to play any system at the level we're talking, right? But if it's not then bringing you wins, at some point, one or two things are going to happen. You're either going to change the way you play or you're going to get sacked.
Which Ange will never do.
So if you don't change the way you're going to play, in a league that you've been proven that the way you play is now nothing, it's not a secret, right? So you're going from Spurs to Forest, still saying, I'm never changing my philosophy. Okay. So just do, now he's doing what he did before with a different squad that we already know. He's not going to spring a surprise on us then.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
With 39 days going from, so you look at, with Nuno's squad, it was always really defensive with wing backs and get it to fast wingers, put it in. So the structure was defense first. Is 39 days enough time to go from Nuno to
No, but you know what you're going to get? You're going to get a high line defense. And then you've got the problem where the players know what Postecoglou. So you and I are in the Notts Forest dressing room. We're the centre backs, right? We're not blessed
I'll be Murillo, you can be Milinkovic.
Right, we're not blessed with pace, right? We're aggressive, we're strong, but we're not blessed with pace. And we play from a deep defensive block, and we've managed to get to Europe for the first time in 30 or 40, 50 years, right? So, under Nuno, this plan works. We've had better results this season than we've ever had for the last 30, 40 years, right? Under Nuno. He gets sacked. The next man comes in, says to me and you, right, I don't want you on that defensive third block anymore. You two now, I'm going to expect you to play up near the halfway line. We go, what? But that's not conducive to
6'5"
average paced big man. Like, you know, what we need is speed demons for that, because this is the Premier League, and people like third man running. You do third man running when you're 12. It's not difficult to break down. Hence why Tottenham finished like 15, 16 in the Premier League. It's okay saying I won this and that. Fantastic, brilliant. Second hardest European Cup to win. Plaudits every day. But in the league, which is your bread and butter, you found out, right? Now you can't then go into the next club and say to you and I, who are not blessed with the pace that Tottenham's defenders were blessed with.
Yeah.
We're going to play the exact same way, because you and I go, well, he done that at Tottenham with quicker players and they got destroyed.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen to us? That's the way. I'm just giving you what a footballer is going to be saying in the dressing room. That's the kind of conversation you and I be shitting your pants going, Blakes, I just can't play that high line.
Especially if you're brought in to the club to have been a shot stopper.
And you've been playing this deep defense, and it's worked. And everything's rosy. So now you're messing with my confidence, because all of a sudden I'm going out on the pitch in a different frame of mind. So when it comes to, I guarantee you, players aren't going, oh, I wish we had more time with Ange. I bet you they're going, good riddance. Hopefully the next person you bring in is more defensive.
Well, it was interesting because Ryan Yates, the club captain, was interviewed after the game after the sacking, and they were like, "Have you got anything to say to Ange?" He was like, "No." Just like, "No, right, we need to crack on." It was almost like that was just flash and pan. Next, like almost a moment.
It's almost acknowledging that it was a stupid move by the owner. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What I would say to the owner, Mr. what Marinakis is like old adage, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Yeah.
But you've built a hell of a freaking stadium. You've built a hell of a, what was it called? The Rome
The Colosseum.
amphitheater, the Colosseum.
Yeah.
You're on your way. Just it might take 2 or 3 more seasons, but your next step from Nuno should have been a similar defensive, but more structurally going forward, right? So I would say, like the guy at Bournemouth, Iriola,
Yeah.
structurally sound, but as a next level of attack. So maybe go for that type of manager.
Yeah.
Right? But what you've done is basically you've just torn down Nuno's work, because what's going to happen now, you're going to have a very indifferent season. Mark my words, right? And Forest will struggle against relegation this year, right? Because those European games will become a hindrance, not what it was last season. We can't wait to play in Europe.
Yeah. And we were talking about the Prem as well in terms of the teams that are there. I've never known a time where the Prem is full of so many good, ruthless teams.
Yeah.
That you can't drop the ball, and doing some sort of major change like this is as good as dropping the ball.
Well, it's shooting yourself in the foot.
Yeah, after what last season we were like, wow, Forest is so good.
You've gone on a massive high, and in the course of almost 4 or 5 months, and probably 3 or 4 months, and 2 of those months there's no football being played, no competitive league football. You've managed to turn your whole team to the point where they're not wanting to go out and perform at the level that they were. Even if you would replace Nuno with someone who, because the players aren't stupid, they can understand and want to see the progression and will be excited by the manager that comes in, because that's the next, they understand, Marinakis knows what he's doing. He's really, that's a great appointment. Like, we won't be, we won't be as defensive as we were last year. We'll concede the similar sort of goals. We'll be strong, but now, like, I've got a bit more. Yeah. We do a bit more midfield. We do a bit more up front.
I guess that makes top players want to stay there as well, rather than eyeing up moves.
That's all you want. That's all you want, mate. So it's, I would say, like a lot of the owners, it's what you only see, like a few successful clubs. I mean, Palace have started the season really well, right? But look how long it's taken them to get to a point of winning the cup last season, the FA Cup. It's taken years and years, do you know what I mean? Of building with the current chairman, Stephen Brighty. That's not something they've just put together overnight. It's taken years and years and years for you to get your success. That's why I was like, Forest getting back in Europe, that's such a massive deal. Yeah. But don't then think as the owner, I'm untouchable. No, tread carefully, because this is the problem. One false slip, you could end up, let's see what happens to Forest. Let's use Forest as our sort of
to keep track of.
Yeah. Okay. Right? Let's see what happens to them this season. Because I honestly think the mood, looking by the players' reactions, stuff like that, the mood in the camp isn't good at all.
Because this last season, we were like, wow, the atmosphere seems so healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's gone.
Because I think most fans would be saying, listen, we appreciate the owner, but at the same time, we were behind Nuno 100%, and what he'd done for us was brilliant, and we wanted to see ourselves in Europe under that system. Yeah, in that sort, because Chris Woods will still be starting, playing regularly. These things that, okay, you might have sold 1 or 2 players, but you've replenished, and yeah, I think the fans Nuno, the team were all looking forward to next season, and then it's kind of imploded.
I thought at the teams who would possibly drop the ball and to watch out for us, and just to keep track of it and see how they're doing, would have been either Forest or Villa.
Palace.
Or Palace.
Yeah.
And they're the three teams that are kind of, because they're not top six, they're not, you didn't think they would get relegated. They've got something of a journey that they're going on, and a bit of a spark. Whereas Palace have done really well. Forest have just gone into this horrible, horrible messiness.
Yeah.
And then with Villa, it's still like, we just don't quite know what's going to happen. They brought in all these random players. Their
coach is brilliant, though.
Yeah.
They signed brilliant players, and what they've done is, because the PSR, they've had to cut. So look, what you force you to do is bring back players that were already at the club, right? Very good players, but also we're not fishing in the Real Madrid ponds no more and picking up players from there or Barcelona or. We're looking, and if we do, we've got to look at players that not necessarily they want. Okay. So we're going to pick up these players, and they're going to become great at our club. Not we're getting them on their trajectory of becoming great.
Yeah.
So that comes your recruitment and scouting, right?
So kind of players who have had a bit of a hype. Something's happened to not
even necessarily had a bit of hype. Dav, sometimes not even known to the obvious.
Okay.
That's about scouting. That's about me watching you in games which are competitive games, but not necessarily for the first team, or might be for the first team in the cup. But I've got to be able to spot something in your game, not necessarily a stat spot, but I've got to spot something in your game that, okay, like Nico Williams, let's use him as an example, that you watch him play and know he can fit into my spot as a brilliant right back.
Okay.
Right? Before he ever sort of made his name in the game. You've got to be able to go and spot those players and pick them up. Because if you don't spot them early, you'll be paying 60, 70 million quid for them.
Yeah.
Instead of the 5-10, which clubs are happy to go, it allows us to go and get this player. We were looking at 40 million, but we only had 20 million. But doing the deal, get him off the wage, bringing him, that now allows us to go and build the way we want.
And then when it comes to selling players, there's one club that really intrigues me, and a club that you know really well, a club that you played for, Wolves.
Oh, Wolves are having what we call a Reggie Blinker at the moment, a stinker.
I thought they were going to go and be in trouble last season.
Yeah.
But I've got a bit of a conspiracy theorist, a conspiracy theory about Wolves.
A conspiracy theory.
A conspiracy, and I'm not. As you can tell, you can look at me and think.
Long as it doesn't involve West Brom, you're all right, kid. Go on.
There seems to be a thing with Wolves.
Is this serious now? Yeah.
Yeah,
because this is not something we've spoken about.
Yeah.
This is our pre-conversation and recording. Yeah. So let's hear it.
So what I don't get with Wolves is any team or any team that's not top six Premier League, they have a player who has a really good season. So you look at your Brentfords, your kind of Mbeumo,
Ivan Toney,
your Bournemouths with Ouattara, Ivan Toney, those players. They have a really good season. They go up to a next club, and then they do really well. And then so you look at Ouattara. Ouattara went from Bournemouth to Brentford, and then he'll probably go from Brentford further on. Mbeumo a little bit differently in terms of he's gone to United, but I do think he was an outstanding player.
He's a great player.
But
he is a great player.
What I don't get with Wolves is a player for Wolves will have one good season, or they'll do something which is they've done something reasonably impressive, arguably no more impressive than other players, and then they just get snapped up by a top tier team. So I think Ain't Nouri for Man City. So he's gone from Wolves to Man City.
Good player though.
Good player. I agree, good player.
Do you think he doesn't warrant that then as a player?
I would think that he would need one more step before going to that player. But I think it batters Wolves because these top teams, and obviously you can't go to them all. I don't think you should go. But they'll have a player who have a slightly good season, like Cunha as well. He's had a good season, hasn't been outstanding compared to other strikers in terms of a good striker. And he goes to Man United. Aït-Nouri goes to Man City for being better than most of the players, but not to the point where you're like, oh, Mateta. And then Strand Larsen in the last transfer window, it acts like he's having an Isak in terms of he's that level and people are trying to snap him up. And I think like they go through so much of like, they have one player who has a reasonably good season and then someone's always snapping him up and then they always go in a way that doesn't affect or doesn't follow the same journey as any other club.
Okay.
So like if you go to Wolves and you have a slightly better than expected season, you will be picked up by a top flight team more so than if you are at like Brentford, Bournemouth, Leeds.
Maybe look at the agent who's at Wolves, who's running the club agency-wise. I wouldn't know, but...
Ampadu, go to Wolves, he'll have a reasonably good season, and then he'll be in the setup for a top flight team. There's something about Wolves. If you go there, you'll then go in again snapped up.
Maybe you've stumbled on something, but yeah, I would say that would be down to the agent, because there's so many agents now who are not just in clubs, they like basically running clubs. Do you know what I mean? So I would say you might be onto something there. Post it out there.
It's I think Cunha's good. I do think he's a good player, but I didn't look at him last season and go, "Whoa, that's the striker for Man or Cam for Man United, better than Ouattara or Damsgaard or like any of those players in Wolves would have done just as well." And Aït-Nouri, he's a good left back, but I've never gone, as a person who loves defenders, I've never gone, "What, he is top flight Man City."
Yeah, it doesn't always. What's the lad's name? Paris Saint-Germain centre midfielder.
Vitinha.
Who was at Wolves.
Vitinha.
Yeah.
Good player.
Yeah, but he's gone to a top club.
And then he's gone to a top club.
I've kind of proved your point there without even realising it, right?
Exactly. And
I don't know, you might be onto something.
Yeah, and that was at a time where Wolves were genuinely pretty good. And
he didn't have a great time at Wolves.
No, he did.
Vitinha.
You looked at him and you thought, right, he's all right.
Yeah, but then
you see him now. He's amazing.
But that's. Do you then say, oh, that's luck, or is that good scouting by Wolves?
But then I don't think they perform
well enough at Wolves
to warrant that. And I look at Wolves and then they're shipping off all these players. And I'm like, oh, you're just looking so like the team keeps looking thinner and thinner and thinner and thinner. Yeah. And now I'm like, there's no way you've got those players to keep the Prem.
So you think Wolves are going to go down?
I do. I thought Wolves were going to really struggle last year.
I think it'll be a struggle.
And we talked about it. And I think we talked about it last season. And I was like, I think they're really struggling. And you were adamant, no, I don't think they're going to go down now. Yeah. However, I think you look a little bit different now. Whereas, because I do think they will
because they haven't got those. So what's not happening at Wolves at the moment is nobody is standing out and becoming the Cunha.
Yeah. And like Strand Larsen, he's good.
But he's not like, okay, I take your point.
Yeah.
He's not like, he's not the person who's going to get you 20 goals a season.
But the media coverage for him and like him, you see the footage of like him sitting in the top of the stand with his hood up, ready to be transferred somewhere.
Yeah.
I'll go to Wolves for a season, give him a best shot in chance for a move.
I tell you what. Before we do the next show, look at that's what I would encourage you to do. Look at the agency who's at the club.
Okay.
Well,
I'll have a look.
The transfers.
And I think
because you could be onto something here.
Well, then whoever comes back, come behind Strand Larsen, arguably, because Strand Larsen's all right, like he's a good player, but if he has a better season than Strand Larsen, you watch a top flight club just come and do it, even if Mateta's still banging him in.
For Palace. Yeah.
And so that's my...
Okay.
I'll have a look at who's agents. I'd love to be an agent.
Yeah.
Well, no, not an agent. I'd like to be a scout. I don't think I've got the ruthlessness to be an agent.
Yeah, you have to be... listen, the game isn't... It's the beautiful game to watch, but it's not the beautiful game behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Have you seen that that V11, that documentary?
No.
Just mention quickly. Anyone who's interested in football and footballers' lives, watch that. Oh, heartbreaking, mate. That's all I'll say. Okay. Watching players who I played with, and players who I know, and watching them in the situation they're in. And then,
what is it about? What's the premise?
I was offered it at my time, but it's all to do with investments and stuff like that, and what agents and done with players, and like some of the players are like tax-free schemes and stuff like that, film schemes and stuff like that. It's deep. I remember it. It was a big thing at the time that I never got involved with, because I always thought like living in England or Wales and becoming tax-free, like, well, you need a business offshore to do that. Like, unless you've got a business offshore, you have to pay your taxes.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? You should be willing to pay your taxes, So yeah, it's just watch it. Yeah. It's an eye opener.
Yeah. My final question for you before we end this pod is: we've talked a lot about managers. Would you like genuinely? Because I see kind of, and we know each other quite well now.
You've been on a roll, man.
Thank you, I appreciate it. It's been so long, Nathan. I'm ready.
You've had these questions stored up, ready.
I'm like, the phone call's on enough. We need to be face to face, Nate. With the scene in life that you have and knowing you now, in terms of like you're someone who's got quite like, you've got tight circles. You know who you trust. You're established doing the work you do in the place you live.
Yeah.
Would you have actually liked to have been a manager? Like,
yeah, absolutely. Because I've always seen myself as a leader. That's how I was brought up. You have to stand up for yourself. You have to stand up for friends. You have to stand up for others. You sometimes might have to stand up for people you don't even know from Adam. But if you see something wrong, then you have to stand up for them. I mean, especially if you look at them, you see they're not really able to stand up for themselves.
Yeah.
So that point, yeah. 2, I consider myself to be quite childish. Boys usually are. So I love a bit of fun. I love a bit of banter. But then I know there's always the serious side of football. And I know what the fan pays out of their pocket to come and support you. And I'm aware that the fan opinion is their own opinion. And very often it's just that moment when they shout like maybe things against their own players. It's that moment. They're not shouting because they generally hate their own players.
Yeah.
It's because they love them so much. Right. So these things are understanding of life, knowledge, football, whatever you want to call it. And, played the game since I was 7, know the game inside out. I had a great coach, Harry Lee, when I was a youngster. I would say, I remember Colin Todd saying things to me at Bolton that Harry Lee had said to me as a 10-year-old boy. So, you pick these things up. And then, people are good at reading people. You know what I mean?
And that all would you say that overrides the
A license, B license, pro license? Because I always say those things are money makers. So Alex Ferguson never had a pro license, did he? Kenny Dalglish never had a pro license, did he? Jock Stein never had a pro license, did he?
Yeah, but in
not
terms,
bad managers though.
No, in terms of the life stress, in terms of your job could only be 2 to 3 years, 4 to 5 if you're having a good spell. The moving around, the moving. It sounds silly, but they're like leaving friends, possibly leaving family.
It's the same as a footballer. That's what happens.
And even having done that like stint as a footballer, you'd still be happy to do
absolutely.
that because
the world's as small as you want it to be, Dav. You know, and like I used to tell people, well, nothing changes at home. I might come home and there might be a new building there, or they've done a new train station, or you know, the car park's extended, or they've taken down that building. But you know, people are still going to get their shopping every day, going into town every day, or you know, going to work every day. Nothing changes. I just think you've got to be prepared to travel. Once you tell yourself, I want to be in the world of football.
Yeah.
You got to be prepared to go anywhere in the world.
I think that's...
Like I was going to Kazakhstan with Eddie Newton many moons ago. Never materialized, but would I go? Absolutely. Did I go to Odessa in Ukraine and have meetings? Yes, we did.
Wow.
Was it a bit like unsafe? As in, there was the Russian-Ukrainian thing going on then. Yes, but you know, you can't live your life in fear, and when you can't fear people, you just have to go ahead and believe in your own self-confidence, be as open and as honest as you can, and hopefully that gets you the results you need to be able to become, because ultimately you want to be, I wouldn't want to just be in management now and going from club to club to club. Like, it's too serious for that. I don't want to fail anywhere. And if I've had more than 3 managerial jobs at a club, then over say a 20-year period, I've not been very successful. Because I would say you should be looking to stay at the club really for, 5 years as a minimum. People would say, not in this day and age. Yeah, this day and age too. There's plenty of managers, or there a number of managers who've had 5, 6 years at the club now. Yeah, you have 5, 6, 7 years at one club. Maybe sit down for a while. Maybe rest your head. I don't think it's good to go from this club to that club to this club, that like Postecoglou has done. I don't believe you. I think when things happen like what's happened to Postecoglou at Forest, it deletes some of that true love you have for the game, and it makes you become more ruthless and like, I'll say I care, but I don't really give a flying, right? Because of what happened to me just, And you might come and say, oh, well, it's part and parcel of football, but it will intensify a bitterness in you. I don't care who you are. That's that's understanding human nature, right? So you can't love Forest like you love Tottenham, right? Yeah. And you can't love Tottenham like you love Celtic, because you walk from Celtic, got sacked by Tottenham, sacked by Forest. Now you're looking at the Premier League and probably going, I don't even want to be in there. Yeah. Do you understand what I mean? So it's for me, I think, I could have managed, because like I say, I've been to Shenzhen in China, fantastic place. Odessa, would have prepared to go to Kazakhstan. Got some Kazakhstani friends now. Alim, my mate from Kazakhstan, young lad, him and his mate. He texted me the other day who I met when I was over there. Done a little bit for them. Lovely lad. But you've got to, it's meeting people like that. New people, new culture. Some, being within the culture, wanting to learn a new culture, a new language, way people are, what they eat, what they do, what their history is. Do you know what I mean? That's all important, I think.
Nice. Awesome, mate. I think, should we call it there for that one?
Yeah. It's been nice to be back, mate.
Yeah, it's been so nice to be back. Yeah. And if you are listening, you're here, feel free to find us on Spotify, find us on TikTok, find us on YouTube as well. Real Talk, all sport podcasts, where we have the perspective of the football player and the fan. We also have the B side as well, where we talk about all different things as well. It's not just football as well. We can talk about any sport as well. So feel free to get in touch. If there's anything you want us to discuss, or you want me to ask Nathan, give us a shout and I will pass on the questions. Nathan, See you soon.
Peace.